Hello everyone, this is Zorkent2, and welcome back to the Stars from the Deep testing world. Here is the third episode, and as you can see, quite a few changes have happened. Of course, the most noticeable one, obviously, is that I extended the bridge some more, of course, and of course, I made it so that, the lights and everything work. By the way, yes, my tablet is on right now. It's signed out, and it's in LAN, so that's why the text is blue. Um, yeah. And, of course, why would I bring my tablet on? Well, still my old skin. Ugh. Okay. Well, as you can see, it's looking at this building here. And this building obviously is not finished because there's some stuff here that, let's just say I need to finish it. So, of course I could have done this off camera. However, it's been a while since I've done a time-lapse. The last time I did a time-lapse actually was episode 1, which was, like, at least 2 or 3 months ago. It's been a while. But first, there are 2 more changes here, and they're both pretty noticeable. One is, of course, this building is here. Mady and I spent the remainder of our off-camera-ness since I was last recording. We spent the majority of it building this. This building actually did not take quite as long to build as that one, because with that one we had to get the proportions and circles right and everything. This one, you guys might be able to recognize it, maybe not. It's the giant building from the second photo that I saved. Or at least, it's a modification of it. Obviously, there are a couple things that are not quite the same. Yeah. And Mady and I have been building it for pretty much all of yesterday, and then we got tired. We, of course, did not finish it. Honestly, I am sick of seeing this building right now. Even a day after Mady and I were building it, I'm still sick of seeing it. Because I know that no matter how long I procrastinate, eventually I'm gonna have to build it again. Like, get back to building it, and I'm just so terrified of building that building. There's so many ways I could mess it up, and there are so many ways I have already messed it up and had to start over. But, I just, no. So, oh yeah, and another thing is, even when we're all done, we're gonna have to build, like, all of this back into the main world, because at least then we'll know what we're doing, but it's still gonna take forever placing all the blocks. So anyway, time-lapse time. Let's, well, first of all, I should probably say, I'm gonna be using some different music for this time-lapse, and what other song could it be than Time-Lapse by the Fat Rat? Yeah, we're going for some old nostalgia here from like 2 years ago. I was obsessed with the Fat Rat's songs, and they are still pretty good, but let's just say there's other things that I like more now. But you can't go wrong with some Fat Rat, right? So, let's hit Time-Lapse by the Fat Rat. It's literally in the name. It's perfect for a time-lapse, and let's get going. extend the rods or the thingies a little bit and add the lights in the middle and the little antenna on top, and this building is now officially, well, at least the exterior is complete. Now, I think with pretty much only a blue building left to do. Not really. We still have a lot of buildings to create. But with the only sector without a building yet remaining to be blue, the dark blue anyway, that one's going in the center, I think it's time to explain what the four colors will be. Now, originally, they were just to fix the color scheme. Yes, I know. But Mady and I actually found a cool way to turn the color schemes into something, like into something with meaning. So I'll grab some ender pearls and I'll show you what I mean. So there are four kind of themes of buildings in this city, or there will be, right? Now, Mady and I have come up with four different playable, character classes, which will have their own unique advantages and disadvantages. They are, actually, well, we don't really have names for them yet, but basically, one is just the casual, or the typical, fighter class, which is just the typical increase in attack, increase in health, and decrease in speed, that kind of thing, like the tanky class. There's that one, and obviously, I mean, what better way to express attack than red, right? So that's gonna be the red class. The green class is kind of like a protector or support class, kind of like a medic, basically. The protector has an increase in health, it has an increase in health, and it can heal the teammates periodically, and it also has a cool ability that can only be activated periodically, but basically, whatever enemy it hits, however much damage you do to it, will heal you. Basically, it's a life steal. But that is a very special ability that can only be activated every, 60 seconds or something. Which won't be much, or it won't be, too long. That's not very long if you're doing a low-level stage or something. But then again, you won't really have to use it that much, I imagine. But in the higher level stages, when you're really going to need it, that's when the mobs are actually a lot harder to fight. And, So, obviously, yes, there's going to be some combat involved, because, well, as I just said, there are enemies, there's lifesteal, there's healing, so you're going to get hurt. There's HP. There's also attack, so unless it's some crazy PvP thing, which, spoiler alert, it's not. Yeah. Anyways, so the green class is like a protector. I think, I remember, there's one more thing it can do, which is, it's another ability, but it's not as, it doesn't have as long as it doesn't have as long of a cooldown as the other one. Can't say words. Basically, it just, you can throw up like a little invulnerability shield on one of your teammates, and you get to select which teammate it is. And I don't know, it might have like a 30-second cooldown, 45-second, I don't know. But not as long. And then the purple class. The purple class is going to be a flying class. So basically what I mean by that is I'm in survival, right? Okay, let me take this elytra off. So, in survival, you cannot fly, right? However, if you have Education Edition on, you can do /ability at S may fly true. And then what that does is it basically tells the game that, hey, this person is allowed to fly. Doesn't matter which game mode they're in. So, now I can fly. And that is what the flying class is going to be. Basically, the flying class will basically be granted a jetpack ability. Or like they will have a jetpack, and the jetpack is going to have fuel in it. And basically, as long as there's fuel in the jetpack, you will have the Mayfly ability. And if you run out of fuel, you will lose the Mayfly ability. Doesn't matter if you're in the air. I mean, just like in real life, if you're flying through the air in a jetpack and you run out of fuel, you're gonna plummet. So, just keep an eye on your fuel. And it should tell you how long you've got until your fuel goes kaput, you know? And you can recharge your fuel by not flying. So basically the quantity will be measured in seconds. So if your jetpack has 30 fuel, then your jetpack has enough fuel to allow you to fly for 30 seconds. And then, and recharging it it's like every second gives you 1 extra second of fuel, so it's a pretty balanced system, right? And other than that, it's not really gonna have any like increases or decreases in statistics. Its health is relatively gonna stay the same. Speed, nothing really is gonna change there. The only thing that I might consider is either slightly increasing the attack or slightly decreasing the attack. But to be honest, I think I might even just leave that the same too. And the final class, by the way, the flying class is going to be the purple class. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because obviously no one else is going to get up there. You have to use your jetpack to fly in. But the blue class, the last one, that's what I got the Ender Pearls out for. So the Ender Pearls, or the blue class, it's not a flight class, it's a teleport class. And basically, the reason this would be useful is, first of all, not only so that you can get places quick, but also because, I think you all know this, but this is a block that can only be acquired in Education Edition. This is something called the border block. And if I go into survival, I will not be able to pass through it, no matter how high I go, even if I'm over the fence, even if I'm under the fence. However, so basically anyone who isn't this class, they will not be able to pass the border. But the teleport class, this is the only class that can get past these borders. And you may have figured this out already, but if you didn't know, Ender Pearls can actually pass through border blocks. which means that this class will have that. This basically gives the class, the teleport class, a role, an important role that the other classes will not be able to fulfill. Basically, this is a very essential teammate to have. Because there's going to be borders like that throughout the map, and you will, if you're not a teleport class, you will not be able to pass through it. Only your friend that is the teleport class will be able to get through. And if you're playing this map solo, well, I just hope you're the teleport class. Because, I mean, I'll probably make it possible so that you'll be able to complete the map without playing as the teleport class. Or maybe I'll make it so that after certain checkpoints or something, you'll be able to switch your class whenever you want. But if, let's just put it this way. If you play as the teleport class or have a friend with you that plays as the teleport class, your life is going to be a lot easier. That's all I'm going to say. But of course, so the teleport class is basically, it'll have a pretty good increase in speed. Attack and health, though, well, it will have a slight decrease in health. So basically, the teleport class, it is insanely OP because it can get into places the others can't. However, it does have some very severe disadvantages that kind of make it so that it will still somewhat depend on its teammates in order to, get around and progress. So that's pretty much it. And basically, the reason I'm calling these guys the Protector class, the Attack class, the Flying class, and the Teleport class is because Mady and I, we don't actually have names for them yet. We, all we know is what they do, so that's kind of what we're calling them for now. So if you guys have a name, any name suggestions, go leave it in the comments section, or you can join my Discord and, ask me, or, suggest them there. I did do a poll for this on the Discord yesterday, but it has been over 24 hours since I left that poll up, and absolutely no one has responded to it. And, there was even a little chat that went on as the poll was up, and still no one did anything, so that has just, kind of proven to me that no one really cared about that poll. So, yep, I'm never doing something like that again. So yeah, we'll do our best to try and come up with names, but, I mean, there was one name I came up with for the Flying class, and it just sounded so dumb, and I was like, yeah, you know what, anyone's suggestion could be better than this. Just, if you have a suggestion, leave it in the comments or in my Discord, but one more thing to know, obviously, keep it appropriate. Keep it, the only condition I have is to just, obviously don't name the class as anything inappropriate, and also, it should at least make some bit of sense, right? Why would we call the Flying class the Walker, right? Because obviously it can fly, and that's definitely not the most special thing the class can do. And also, just Walker, that's boring, right? So, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I'll try and come up with some designs for the, I guess the armor sets for the different classes, because yeah, of course they are going to have, of course this is yeah, they're gonna have custom Yeah, custom armor pretty much. And the armor will, it'll do stuff like, well, it'll pretty much just inform the game that I'm struggling with words here. It'll inform the game, like, which class the player is playing as, and then from there we can do all of that stuff. So that's pretty much it for this episode. I didn't really want to do much right now because yeah, we're like Mady and I are kind of busy with something else right now, but we'll get back to this later. Obviously, we've got a giant building to finish, so it might be a while before the next episode comes out. And also, I'm going on another vacation. I mean, what can you expect, guys? It's summer. My family is gonna go traveling, okay? So, yeah. Just wanted to explain the concepts of the 4 different classes of Stars from the Deep and everything. But one more thing. The buildings, they will actually have functionality. Like, you'll be able to go inside these, and the buildings will have, basically different upgrades and cosmetics and whatnot for, their respective classes. That's, like, think of it as your upgrade control center. Like, if you want upgrades or cosmetics, or if you want to change your upgrades or cosmetics for your class, then you just go to the building. Or you go to the buildings that resemble your class's color and do it there. And, like, basically the buildings will be a way to edit your character. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. And, I think next episode I'm gonna try and create the system that makes the flying class's jetpack work with, like, the fuel and the recharging and everything. So that'll do it, and I've said that like 10 times now, so I'm actually gonna go now. See you guys later.